say YouTube or what was the Wabugi Sangam. Okay, let me see if people are able to join or if people will join again. And let me see if comments will be coming through. Let's just wait and see, you guys. I am so sorry about that. That's the benefit of having two devices, which I really never got. Okay. Wazibabukisa ngami YouTube. Wazibabukisa ngami. Is it YouTube or is it my network? Thank you, guys. Thank you. I am now seeing the comments. Thank you so much, guys. I am so sorry about that. I am so sorry about that. I'm so sorry about that. Now, you know what's the awkward thing is that all of those comments now are gone. And now I don't even know whether I should ask whether people must recommend. But my question really was around. Thank you so much, Kado. Thank you so much, Sabo. Sabo, shame. The other time I was having problems, Sabo was just like, calm down, shame. Sabo, thank you so much for just always being that for me. Just always being that piece for me. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to like this live stream, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Kado says, I think it's YouTube, dear. Yeah, I think so too, because when Didi just called me now, she told me that she was telling me that that happened a few days back, but she had a different device, and I don't have a device, and the device I normally use when I have problems is my husband's, and he's not home yet. Sibo says, we were saying that someone shouldn't lose themselves to please anyone. Amen to that. Amen to that. And, you know, I feel like at times it can be such a tricky thing, especially when your spouse is really close with their mother or something like, with their mother. Because you feel the obligation that because my spouse loves this person so much, I should at least be willing to put in the work because my spouse loves this person, so I should at least be willing to love the person. But especially with this mother-in-law type of thing, you guys, the subject is at the core, not at the core of my heart, but it's something that I'm so passionate about. I really wish I could have conversations with people or like the older generation and try and understand what goes through their heads. Because what I've oftenly noticed is that, number one, people who treat people's daughters in that way are normally people who are not married. And that's why I'm like, maybe it's because you were never married and you never had the uncomfortability of going into someone else's family and being a stranger and trying to fit in and find your feet there. And that's maybe why you treat other people like that. And number two, what I've also noticed about mother-in-laws who treat people's children like that is that with their children, they will never allow their daughters to be treated like that in someone else's household. They will even tell their daughters, listen, if anyone treats you like that, come back home because as Oshanga, you have a home, but yet they're willing to treat other people's children like that. I really don't get it. I don't get ukuthi like enhlizweni yakho like what, like how do you find pleasure in mistreating someone else's? I don't get it. And that's what I'm saying, or let me rather say, I get the concept of ukotiza that back in the days, the primary goal for ukotiza was to better equip umakoti so that she is able to perform her wifely duties and so that she is familiar with the type of things that we do here in the family. But these days, ukotiza guys, I'm just like, nah. There's this show that I watched years back. I know there's a new season, but I haven't watched the new season. And it's called Nganele. This show Nganele, basically it's you are dating a guy, and when you're dating this guy, you then go through a trial marriage. So you go and cotiza for 21 days. And basically, when those 21 days is done, that family will basically tell you yes or no whether they accept you in their family or not, whether they think you are prepared to be a wife or not. And those 21 days, guys, I know there's a new season now, but the old season that I watched, the way they were mistreating people's daughters for 21 days, mind you, you're not even a makoti as yet. You are going through a trial. And already the way they are treating you, no ways. I'm just like, sometimes people get this whole thing of ukotiza, they put it too much in their heads. Because there was this one family where the sister is even like the sister's the one who's giving like instructions. Hey, what, hey, awenziwa. So that time the sister is the same age as the supposing makoti. And the sister is not married. I'm like, so girl, like what is what is it? Like, why are you trying to mistreat someone who's like exactly the same age as you? And you trying to usurp authority over her. And that time, Mele Uti do, you're not allowed to answer. You're not allowed to say, hey, because you dare answer. You are considered as no, you're not coming from a household where they taught you discipline. And so this one time, the girl's name is Lorna. I don't know if you guys watched season 1 of Unganele. So this one time, they're like, okay, you're going to cook for us. You're going to cook for us, and this is going to be our taste. So the girl goes to Woolies, and she gets, guys, Woolies, you, not only at Woolies, actually at your grocery stores, you can get your frozen vegetables. Like you can almost get almost anything, guys, in a can or that's frozen, and you can just warm it up. So she decided to do that, and that turned out to be a disaster. She decided to go get frozen food and just, I guess, put it in the microwave. And by the time the family came, the way they were criticizing her, they were holding the meat and holding it and like, what is this? And laughing and saying, Tina, we will not eat frozen mash or frozen pumpkin. I'm like, guys, there could have been a better way. The way they killed that girl's smolanyana self-esteem that was left. I was just like, no. Like, that girl is a better person than me. They were laughing at her in her face, you guys. And they were telling her that you can't cook. Like, what did your parents teach you that you can't cook and all of that? I'm just like, no. Let me quickly read comments. Kado was saying, true, Sibo. Sibo says, yes, at Makado, because that's hectic. Yeah, that mother-in-law that gave away everything, like, that would have been the last time she would have even seen me. Sometimes I feel like, guys, when it comes to Abo Makoti, sometimes I feel like we try too much. I feel like sometimes, you know what it's like, guys, when you have a friend or someone who's trying to pursue you and they want to pursue friendship with you and they're trying too much. Sometimes it feels like it comes off as if it's been fake. And maybe that's what Abo Mama Zana are going through, that because we're trying so much, it's coming off as fake. So sometimes I feel like when you give people the space, you give them the space, maybe like that will give room to grow a genuine relationship. Maybe that's what they feel. I don't know. And it's just a pity we don't have anyone in here that has had a daughter-in-law, because I would want to know, do you feel sometimes that Abo Makoti are doing too much? And that might be the reason why a lot of mother-in-laws are just repelling the gestures that they are getting. Sibo says, I would like to hear how it is going for Makoti, who bought all those gifts. No, she was actually asking for advice of what she should do on Instagram. She wrote anonymously to that page, and that page posted her DM. So she was asking, should she continue trying to win her mother over, or what should she do? Because 5 years in, she's got kids with the man, and the mother-in-law still doesn't love her. When she speaks to her husband about it, her husband's just like she'll come around, and to her it's really affecting her. So she was actually asking for advice of what she should actually do. Didi says hello. And Didi agreeing with Sibo. Thank you so much, Didi, for trying to call me and trying to help me out, Bandl. Thank you so much. Sibo says, hey, Leah, thank you for helping. Ish, I need to get people's numbers. Laughing. Yes, please. Sibo says, Dineo, I am calling Lee. Leah, not Lee. Leah, right? I think it's Leah, yeah. Didi says, Sibo, they are both my names. And then Sibo sending heart emojis. So yeah, you guys, I really wish that my network there. Let me just, sorry guys, let me just read this text because my husband is okay. I guess he'll figure out himself. So yeah, I really wish I could have such conversations, because I'm just like, it's a two-way street. I can never try and win someone else's love over. That means nje forever I'm gonna have to like work for their, I don't know, or I'll forever have to be in their good books. I will forever have to be in their good books. So for me, my desire is for us, because Angithi, we are really starting a new generation. Like, we can change things around. For us to also, cultivate relationships with Abomakot. In my family, you guys, my family, we are closer, but we are really not set. We are not set in closer traditions. So we grew up with colored, so I have a mixed race type of family. So a lot of the makotis in my family, when you become a makoti in my family, it's like you become a daughter. We don't really have into your kotism. When you are makoti, you can't even tell, even the makotis in my family, you cannot tell the difference between me, who is an actual daughter by blood in my family, and the one who is married into my family. Because ayikho leyo nto yokuthi because you are makoti, you are gonna stand the whole day and work the whole day. No, that's not gonna happen in my family. If, as long as you're a woman, everyone's gonna do whatever they can do. Just because you're makoti doesn't mean you're gonna be up on your feet all day. Like, we will not allow that. We will not allow that. And I feel like even us as daughters, if you have a mother and you can see your mother has their tendencies, you need to tell your mother, we don't do things like that. We don't treat people's children like that. I actually had a friend she was not married, but she was dating this guy. And she was not married, but she had a child with the guy. And every time the guy would like have functions, she'd go and do wifely duties, makoti duties, and all of that. And she was not married to the guy. And I was just like, oh, okay. Eventually, the mother really liked her. The mother really liked the girl. The girl was my friend. The mother really liked the girl. And then things did not work out with baby daddy. And baby daddy decided to take another girl, dated another girl, whom he eventually married. Until today, the friend is like, that lady still, or my daughter's granny, still calls me today as if I am her makoti. And she refuses to accept the present makoti. The so-called friend of mine, well, let me not call it so-called friend of mine. She is, or used to be, we're still friends, but we don't talk that much. She used to still go and visit the so-called mother-in-law, even though she knew that there's now a makoti, because she's just like, no, the bond between us is, and I get it, they really had a genuine relationship, but I'm just like, the mother-in-law is not even giving space for the wife. And she keeps telling my friend that, no, the wife is what, like, she finds so much fault in the wife. I'm like, Vele, you're gonna always find fault in the wife. There's no way you are going to fully embrace and welcome the wife and accept her for who she is, whilst your heart is still holding on to someone else who is no longer part of the picture. So some women, guys, really have it tough out there, and really it's a sad type of situation. Some of us were privileged that when I got married, I did not get to live with my mother-in-law. We moved into our own space. But for some people, financially, guys, they can't afford that. So you are staying in a house with your mother-in-law who doesn't like you, and you just got married. You are supposed to build your marriage, but this side, it's your mother-in-law frustrating you, putting these demands on you. Like, of course your marriage is gonna suffer. And then the awkward situation of now your husband feeling like he needs to choose between the two, or constantly being, the mediator between the two. Yeah. It's just like some situations are really hectic, you guys. And that's why I say, according to me, if really as a newlywed, don't stay with your mother-in-law. Do not. I honestly feel if you really want to cultivate a healthy relationship with your mother-in-law, do not stay with her. Do not stay with her unless, because there cannot be two heads in one house. Unless you know, Gutivele, you are a submissive person, and you know when you are underneath someone else's household, you're willing to humble yourself and accept that, listen, I am a child. Even though you are married, I am a child, and I need to adhere to the rules that are being done here. I need to adhere to everything that's being done here. That's why I don't get to Amandia, guys. I don't get how Indians do it, because Indians live in one big household. It's the mother-in-law, it's the brother and his wife. I don't get how they do it, honestly. Dr. Amy says, I will let it run. Thank you so much, Dr. Amy. Dr. Amy says, most of us are women. Let's do better. No, we really need to do better. We really need to do better, and we really need to start having conversations with our mothers, our aunts, that no. Can we just stop this thing of treating people's children like their families threw them away, and making them like slaves just because they chose our son or chose to get married into this family? Mr. Lotreat, hi, how are you doing? Sabo saying, yes, Lucy, and we grow and be those mothers-in-laws who treat the image of God fairly. Yes, I love that, Sabo. We really need to grow and change the narrative. And yeah, change the narrative and just believe, Uguti, even if you truly do believe that your son or your brother or your uncle married a cruel woman, or a woman that's after the money, or she doesn't have good intentions, that's their decision. You just need to leave it in their hands and be like, listen, that was your decision and you need to live with it, but I am in no way then going to be treating someone else badly just because of your poor decisions. No. Dr. Amy says, doesn't matter the gender. Yeah, indeed. But we mostly see it with fathers-in-laws. They don't have much stress, but yeah. Siamtanda says, Molo Lucy, ewe Sisi, unjani? How are you doing? How's things going, Sia? Didi says, shame, man. Yeah, a lot of people, some people are going through the most, Didi. The most for the sake of umshado. Imagine, marriage is so much work already, you guys. Now imagine just having your mother-in-law like here on your back, or your family-in-law. But sometimes I'm just like, hey guys, sometimes you just got to accept things for what they are, because you can't be people. You just have to accept things for what they are and appreciate that you're in your own household, and in your own household you get to set the rules. But some situations we really can't change the hearts of people. We can't. Sibo says, you're high. As a child of God, no we can't treat people inferior. Yes, mom-in-law needs to nurture the new wife for harmony in her home. No, some mother-in-laws, it's like I don't understand. It's like they're in a competition. Because I've heard other people even say like other mother-in-laws, it's almost as if they're in a competition. If the son buys something for the wife and she notices that maybe the wife is wearing a Nike t-shirt, she'll make remarks like, "Oh, okay, that means my son got money for you to afford a Nike t-shirt. That means he must send money to me for me too." They kind of they kind of feel like the mother-in-law has to be treated better than the wife. And the moment the wife comes in, and obviously when you get married, guys, dynamics of every relationship changes. There's no way you're gonna get married and your relationship with other people stays the same. Like, it's a natural thing. It has nothing to do that you're a changed person. It has nothing to do with the husband, the makoti is changing. No, dynamics change, and that's okay. Sometimes they change for the better, and sometimes they change for the worse, but that's the reality of it. But some mother-in-laws, they just like, no, I'm not gonna let someone I worked hard ngayikhulisa kanzima ingane yami, and I'm not going to let someone else just come and enjoy the fruit of my labor. The stories we hear out there, you guys, I'm just like, nah. Is this your son, or like, do you low-key like want to keep your son to yourself? Because why would you jeopardize like his whole family just because you like the ex? I don't get it. Didi says we should really work towards living together in peace and in harmony. Yeah, Didi, but other people can. Unfortunately, asicabangi ngokufana, we don't think the same, we don't think alike. So Sibo says when the father-in-law mistreats, it's because it's because of money. How, Simo, do you want to elaborate on that? When the father-in-law mistreats, it's because of money. So, meaning that he wants money, or what is it? Simo says lover of money. That's interesting. Dr. Amy says yes. It is because at Mr. Lotreat noted he is a man, so I was noting the need for us to do better as humans. Oh, okay. I didn't get that, Dr. Amy. I thought he was just like generally referring to the fact that he's a man, but got that. Thank you for that, Dr. Amy. Didi says it's a pleasure. Dr. Amy says, do unto us what you want them to do unto you. Yeah, indeed. Didi says, lol, Lucy, he will what? I can't even remember. You remember what Lungi was saying, that sometimes by the time you get to read a comment, you even forgot what you were actually saying. I actually even forgot like what you are actually referring to. Didi says, word, Dr. Amy. Indeed, do unto us what you want them to do unto you. Didi says, I also felt like daughter. I also felt like daughter. I didn't get it there, Didi. If you can elaborate what you kind of meant. Sibo says when they mistreat the makoti or umkhwenyana son-in-law, it's because dad-in-law used to give money from their child and the new person is blocking. Yeah, that's the other issue of money, you guys. But my thing is, some of them, like dad-in-law, sometimes is married, and maybe dad-in-law knows Uti, like once a wife is in the picture, women normally like prefer to do things in a different way. So obviously, if a new makoti comes in, like just mentally prepare your mind, kuzochintsha. When they mistreat the makoti or mkhwenyana son-in-law, it's because dad-in-law is used to getting money from their child and the new person is blocking. Nah. And yeah, that's the thing. Like, this other girl is actually speaking to me about that she freely allows her partner to give money to the mother, to the parents, but she just doesn't get enough. Because whenever she sees her with a new thing or something, or maybe if she posts, this thing of doing vlogs. You do a vlog and you're going out to a restaurant, you're there by Woolies, your mother-in-law is watching there and she's like, oh, he's not sending enough money here at home. He told me last week he doesn't have money for WhatsApp, yet you are out there. You are out there in Woolies, you are out there buying unboxing Shein stuff. Yeah, like that's the funny thing about even being a content creator, because some people are watching. And when the in-laws then ask for money and the son then says no, or the woman then says no, they take it as in you just being cruel because we saw you unboxing izinto zakwa-Shein, or we saw you out the other day and yet you're saying you don't have money. So kahle kahle, you cruel. Like, it's just I don't know, guys. Like, sometimes I just feel like families just have so much expectation. But I feel like me as the makoti, if I marry into a family, for instance, depending on the relationship we have, I feel like I would be out of place to kind of address my in-laws and tell them, listen, we can't do A, B, and C. This is what we can do and whatnot. I feel like it's the responsibility of my husband to speak to his family, because the moment I speak, no matter, like, I have this belief, guys, no matter how much your in-laws accept you, ne, and your family, I don't want to say don't ever get too comfortable, because that's not what I want to say. Guys, excuse me, let me just answer this call. My husband is... Sorry about that, you guys. Where was I? Guys, my husband went shopping. You know one thing about men, when they're going to buy grocery shopping, they're going to be texting you. They're sending you pictures. Is this the one? Hi, bro, please do the shopping without me. So yeah, I am busy like, no, don't take this one. Take this one. Don't. I'm sorry, you guys. Where was I? What was I even saying? Oh, I was saying that I believe no matter how much your in-laws accept you and love you and you are part of them, but it's still important for you to still know that there's certain things that will be received better if their son or the one whom they are blood related to speaks it than you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because sometimes I feel like when you say certain things, you think people are receiving it and they just like, and then when... So I feel like certain things, when it comes to finances, when it comes to drawing the line, let the person who's related to them, let your husband be the one who addresses certain things and says, listen, this is how much we're gonna be able to give you guys as an allowance, or this is where we draw the line. Then you going there and be like, guys, no, as what as the makoti, I'm the one who's dealing with the finances. No. So I feel like sometimes the reason why we see issues when it comes to certain things is because our spouses are just, I don't know, they find it awkward addressing certain matters, but your spouse really has to do certain things so that you are not then looking like the bad person or the person who's trying to be, bossy or something like that. Didi's busy laughing there, saying, unboxing. Yes, Makoti Pasopani, you guys that like doing unboxings and going out on vlogs, they're watching you guys. I'm joking. Zibo says, I know a dad-in-law of someone who approaches his sons for loans in private, big monies I'm talking about. Why would he do that? And does the son-in-laws tell their spouses, hi, guys, like, why would you? But also with that, guys, I want to know, I'm going to end this live. I want to know, guys, when it comes to finances, do you feel like the mother-in-law or father-in-law, when it comes to finances, should they ask the spouse, should they ask the woman to then speak to the spouse? Because that's how apparently it's supposed to be done. So for instance, I am married Is my mother-in-law, if my mother-in-law needs money from me and my husband, should she come to me and say, listen, I am short of A, B, and C. Can you guys help me out with A, B, and C? Then automatically I will speak to my husband. Or should she go to her son and be like, listen, I need A, B, and C? Like, I don't know, because I've heard two sides of the coin. Some people are like, no, but that's her son. Why should she speak to you? But then, which one, you guys? Let's end it off there. And then we will end my 30 minutes because my husband is busy. Yo, guys, I'm a daughter. I'm a daughter. I'm joking. Didi says to Sibo that said, hey, why private? Like, why privately? Sibo says, because they know that the wife will not allow and will reason things. But you're setting up your son for failure. Because those type of things really do break marriages. They really do. Money actually is one of the top 5 reasons of why people actually divorce. A little bit of Dre says, hey, Lucy. Hey, everyone. Hey, Dre. How are you doing? Didi says, Eish, Sissimo. A little bit of Dre says, I'll have to replay the first part. Thank you so much. There's actually a part 1 and part 2 because my network or YouTube was wilding on me. So, yeah. Didi says, we must also love our lives, Lucy, as a couple pet. Hey, they don't understand that. They don't understand that. Love your life, Johnny, when we are here. When we are, yeah, sometimes, guys, things are so, yeah. Sometimes we're even afraid to live our lives publicly because you're afraid that it's going to be perceived of as, hey, bo, you know? Puluko greeting there, sending hearts. Hi, Puluko. Are you? Modisha Langa says, Lucy, are you from Tumi? Yes, I was on Tumi's live. Hi, Modisha. Thank you so much for being on this live. Guys, we are speaking about as umakoti. As a makoti, where do you draw the line when it comes to doing certain things for your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, or your family-in-law? Where do you draw the line? Sibo says he is embarrassed and caught in between. Sibo, are you referring to what you were actually talking about, or are you actually speaking about my husband that is embarrassed and caught in between, or are you actually referring? Oh, I think you're referring to the sons, right? That they're embarrassed and caught in between because this is your father and the spouse. But tell your spouse, there's nothing I'm willing to know. Nah. I make it a point when it comes to my family. Listen, we are not doing that. We are not doing that. You are not going to put me in an awkward situation and expect me not to tell my spouse. Of course, there's small monies, you guys. Like, I mean, there's your money and like, but big monies. Dre says, it's so confusing because if they come to you, I guess it's more respectful. But if you don't have it, they'll think it's you, doesn't want to help. But if they go to the son, it may cause a rift. Yeah. Really kind of like a complicated one. It will cause a rift between the couple. Okay, Tumi says, hey loves, hey Tumi, I'm about to end my life, guys, because believe it or not, I've still got laundry to hang. My last set of laundry to hang. Didi says, Didi greeting Pulugo, the rest greeting Upulugo. Sibo says, the son whose father is waiting the loans. Imagine. Sometimes we need to tell our parents, you can't be doing, like, putting someone through such an awkward situation because now you're caught up in between helping your parents and caught up in between. And sometimes, you know what I feel? I feel like sometimes parents know which child has a soft spot for them. Because I've noticed that about parents. I'm the only child, but there's certain things some parents will ask a specific child for certain things, and other children, Am I making sense? Or other children, they know they will not even dare ask that. So sometimes the parents will ask the child that they know very well, you have a soft spot for me, and there's a possibility I'm going to get what I want out of you. But we need to change the narrative, guys. No. Guys, I'm going to end off my live right here. Thank you so much for being here. I have a part A and part B of this live stream. We're actually speaking about this whole thing of umakoti and in-laws. It's such a broad type of topic. But guys, the ones who just entered, if you have a mother, aunt, or a sister, or anyone who has the tendencies of treating girlfriends who are coming into the family, and I'm going to say girlfriends because that is a thing as well. Just because a person is not married into a family, it doesn't mean that the person should be mistreated. That's another topic, guys, because people have this tendency of, oh, she's not a wife. And I'm just like, so because she's not a wife, she's not worthy of respect. She's not worthy of, no. And then when it benefits us, then we just like, oh, umakoti weti, oh, what? And then when it doesn't benefit us, then we're like, no, abam keeping lobola. They didn't take lobola out for her. So I was saying, if you just enter the live, if you have a sister or if you are that person, let us treat, guys, our sister-in-laws or our in-laws with dignity, and may we stop treating them as inferiors and as if their family dumped them into our families. May we start treating them like equals and treat them the way that we would want our sisters or our daughters to be treated should they be welcome or when they are welcomed into other people's families. Kado says, for me, I'm fine with both. She can ask me or him. At the end of the day, it's her son. Like my mom can't go to my hubby if she's short, right? It's even better when the son is the one saying, no, we can't help. Yeah, I think, yeah, with Makado, I stand with you there as well. I also share the same sentiments, but sometimes it also does really depend on the type of relationship. Simone is supposed to go live. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm gonna end it now. I also think it depends on the type of relationship that the people have. Yeah. Makado says, hey, everyone who just joined in the BG cooking. Dre says, Kado. Didi says, Kado, I like that. We as a couple should be transparent to each other. Yeah, we should be. We should be. And some of these things, guys, it takes time to grow certain relationships. Like just the way Kado is saying, I know my mother won't be, she's not that close with my husband to ask certain things from him. So that's why she'll ask me and trust that I will do the right thing to speak to my husband about it. But let me end the live stream right here, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being patient. Please do make sure you run my playlist, you guys, because I am trying to get in the hours. Please do help me with that. The ones who have been pushing my playlist already, thank you so much, you guys. I truly do appreciate it. Please do send in your goodbyes so that I can end off this live stream and finish off the stuff that I need to do. And yeah, thank you so much for being here, you guys, and thank you so much for engaging on this topic. If you have not liked the live, please do make sure you like it. I bet everyone is subscribed to my channel, but if you are watching in the BG and you are afraid to comment and you aren't subscribed, please do consider it if you do enjoy. If you enjoy my personality or, yeah, whatever it is. Didi says, goodbye, everyone. Sibo says, sure, Sissy, goodbye. A little bit of Dre says, goodbye, everyone. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone. I guess I'm just going to end it here because waiting for people to leave is something else. Okay. Bye, guys. See you on the next one.